Good afternoon, everybody. Hello. Good afternoon. We'll give it a few minutes for people to join, but thanks for coming on this evening. I'm happy to talk with you all. Give it a few minutes. Hey, everybody. Hey, Jasmine. Hey, Nikita. Hey, Seth. Just saying hi. Give a few minutes for you all to join, and then we'll get to questions. Just so you know, it might be a little bit light outside over here. I'm actually on the West Coast. I don't know, did you know that actually, in addition to the local admissions advisors that we have on the Boston campus who are out on the East Coast with y'all, we also have admissions advisors that are not only across the country, but across the globe, actually. We have advisors all in different countries as well. I happen to be the West Coast regional advisor. I live in California. So I'm Associate Director of Admissions. I work with all the first year students who are considering relocating to the East Coast with y'all. And so I work with all the students, and I work with the admissions team, and I'm happy to help you today. Definitely feel free to start asking questions. I'm happy to address those with you, definitely. So I'll keep an eye out for it to see what kind of questions come through. But it is a very exciting time of year, definitely. We are assisting students, getting all the questions answered for them, working with them with their deposits to make sure that it's a seamless transition. Going through financial aid right now as well, and answering questions there. And then of course, also discussing, the programs in more detail, as well as, again, answering your questions. I know it's a big decision for y'all, but I'm happy to help you. So just kind of wait a little longer here to see what kind of questions are coming through. And we'll go from there. So, hey Carter, hey Maya, glad you're all here. Thanks for joining today, or tonight, I guess, for y'all on the East Coast. See if there's any questions, definitely let me know. I'm happy to help you with that. You guys, all right, awesome. Nice to meet you. Yes, good talking with you. So, yeah, I'll start with a couple questions. Some of the students tend to ask things like, what's it like if I were to relocate over the East Coast? I know a lot of you all are actually from the Boston area, so you're used to that, and you're familiar with the Longwood Medical Academic area as well, being a really excellent atmosphere for healthcare institutions. But what about for those people who are coming from, where I'm at in the West Coast, or maybe in the Midwest, in the South area, who aren't as familiar with it? It's a little bit of a change, I'll say that. But as many of my friends here in Boston can attest, it's an awesome change. It does snow in the winter though, so you got to get a snow coat. But other than that, it's really neat to be able to enjoy the four seasons. And when you get to the Boston neighborhood in general, because a lot of students definitely tend to ask that, and their families will ask things like, we are relocating to the Boston area. What's the city like? What's the area like? I always tell them it is going to be four seasons, so keep that in mind. But at the same time, the city itself is where we are, just about 20 minutes outside of downtown Boston. In the Longwood Medical Academic area is a very, very neat city. Lots of amazing food, lots of awesome people. It's a very diverse community. I always tell students, don't bring a car. You're not going to need it. With the way that the subway system is set up and the trains, everybody walks everywhere. It's just a great atmosphere in that regard. And again, from a professional standpoint, I can't ask for a better spot among all the different hospitals. Boston Children's right there, Merck Pharmaceuticals 2 blocks away, Dana-Farber Cancer Research, Brigham and Women's, Johnson Diabetes. You're surrounded by the whole area, which is really, really a great thing. So certainly, if you're going to relocate from California or Washington or Texas, yeah, there's going to be a little bit of a change. But you know what? I think you all can definitely handle that, I'm sure, and we're here to help you as well. You'll have a lot of resources for you once you do come to a campus. But even right now during the admissions process, your admission advisors are absolutely there to help you with answering those really specific questions. And parents tend to always ask, what is the area like? Is it safe? And absolutely, it's a great spot. You definitely won't regret it. So I'm going to go through some of these questions here coming in. Definitely keep asking them, and I'm happy to work with you. So I have a question about the nursing program. So, nursing is a very popular option with us as well. There is a 3-year accelerated program. So our nursing program, out there you might find 4-year degrees. For us, it's going to be a 3-year BSN program. You would take classes during the fall, the spring, and you'll also do a summer term. You're still gonna get your summer break. It's just you're gonna have a summer term as well. But because of that, frankly, we need you out working. We want you to get a job quickly, and our nurses are doing great. So it's a 3-year accelerated degree program. You'll do 3 semesters a year, versus a traditional 4-year degree program, which would be classes in the fall, spring, and you have your entire summer off. So, but yeah. What else? Let's see. How exactly does picking housing work? So when in the FAFSA, okay, so, this is what I'll say. When it comes to housing, so one of the first things you want to do is once you've been, if you've been admitted to the school, is definitely reach out to your admissions advisor. You should have someone reaching out to you via email, via text. They're going to be your local advisor to help you with all these type of questions as you're navigating the springtime here, moving into the summer. So that's your best resource for sure. And you can always, of course, go directly to our website and email the admissions team at admissions@mcphs.edu with other additional questions, or you can call us. But kind of the process, what you're looking at for the timeline here. So right now, we are currently working with students regarding financial aid. There's an adjusted timeline this year as far as the results go. So actually, let me go over that real quick right now just to kind of get it out of the way. This year, it's a little bit different. It is an adjusted timeline, and so we've just started receiving results coming in now for financial aid. So the financial aid team is processing that. And I want to encourage you, number one, if you haven't actually submitted your FAFSA and you plan to, you should do that right away, pretty much. What we heard basically is that according to the FAFSA, they're going to start releasing results from the order that they were received. So if you haven't completed it yet, I know some of the students tried to do it earlier and had some trouble, and so decided, let me hold off. I would encourage you to actually get that done and put it in our school code, because that'll help us receive the results quicker. So for the ones that did actually submit it, then we should start receiving those results soon here, if not already. So we're working with students right now, going through the FAFSA, going through tuition, scholarship, grants, all that stuff. We're encouraging students to submit your deposit. When you submit your deposit, basically that tells us that you are ready to go. You want to be a Cardinal with us. And so you'll start receiving all the different emails. So to address that with the housing question. So one of those emails that you're going to receive once you put your deposit down is going to be a housing portal email, so you can establish your account on the housing website, on our housing portal website. And that's where you're going to select what type of housing you prefer. So when you go in there, you're going to create your account. One of those things that allows you to choose between, your order for Fennel or Treehouse or something like that, right? Matricaria. And the Residence Life team is going to review that and work with you to try to find your best preference. Now, it's one of those things where the sooner you put your deposit in, the better, because that will give you a preference. Now, we can't guarantee anything, but that's typically how that works. And so we do encourage you to put your deposit in sooner so that you can try to get your preference with the housing. But when you go to the portal, that's where you're going to actually select the order of preference for housing. In addition to that, you would as well create your student profile. So kind of talking about yourself, answering your questions about you personally, so that we can match you up with somebody. As an example, let's say you are a early bird, you're getting up early. We're not going to put you with somebody who wants to stay up super late, right? We want to make sure we match you together. So that's really important, to create your profile on the portal as well, so they can match you up with somebody. And sometimes students ask things like, well, what if I know somebody? Can I request them? And the answer is yes. As long as you request each other, Residence Life team will do their best to get you together. So hopefully that helps answer that. So regarding tuition, do you pay tuition and other costs while you're attending college or after? So you can have a couple options. Basically, think of it this way. The most important thing is that you have a plan and that we have a plan for you. That way there's no surprises at all while you're in school. So there's a lot of different ways that students can work towards paying tuition. So you might look at the FAFSA to see if you qualify for any kind of grants or scholarships or school loans through the FAFSA. You might look at a payment plan, maybe set up a payment plan with us, or private loans. But the important thing is that you're paying per semester as you go. So each semester you'll make your full payments, and then that's how you progress through it. One of the ways of doing that is by taking school loans or private loans. In that situation, you may end up deferring the payments on those school loans until after you graduate. So it's a combination of both. What I'll tell you is that if you have questions right now about the FAFSA, about financial aid, about payments, about tuition, the best thing you can do is reach out to us in the admissions department. Again, this month, this week, we are currently working with families who were admitted, who have lots of questions about that. And so I have a whole presentation for you, a whole worksheet that will go through all the numbers with you. And the goal of that is really just to be helpful so that you and your family can make an appropriate decision about how you're gonna pay for school and kind of what the plan is. And again, we're gonna assist you with all that. So hopefully that helps address those questions. Lots of people coming in. Hello. Let's catch up here with all the questions I have here. When are financial aid packages coming out? Yeah, so the most recent is that we are starting to receive results now, which is great. Again, it's fine. We're working through it like every other school out there, so it's all good. But we're starting to receive those results. All I would say is that if you haven't completed it yet, be sure to do that. But yeah, we are receiving the financial aid packages now and expect them to keep rolling in over the next couple weeks and over the next month, frankly. So, can you discuss the international admissions program process? Yeah, so we do have actual international admissions advisors. For the students who are international, I would say the best thing you can do is reach out to our international advisor team. They're going to help you with figuring out your options as far as the best way for being approved for your relative visa or for your ability to start school with us here. So just reach out to the international advisor and they'll assist you on that. But there is very specific things that you need to accomplish in order to get that admissions done, both through the government as well as with us. But we can definitely assist you with that. We have lots of students from all over the globe, as well as, of course, local to the Boston area and across the country. Yeah, so can you talk a little bit about joining the accelerated PA program versus completing a 4-year undergrad and then applying to PA school? Yes, absolutely. So this is a really great option with MCPHS. As you're aware, we are the second oldest pharmaceutical school in the country, so we started that 200 years ago, but along the way, we expanded over 100 different programs, pre-med, nursing, optometry, physical therapy, etc. One of those programs is PA, our physician's assistant program. And so with that, you're basically going to do undergrad with us as well as grad school. There are some programs where you'll do your undergrad with us and then we're going to assist you to move on to graduate school somewhere else. However, there are a variety of programs where you'll actually stay with us. So one of those is the PA program. Because you would be doing undergrad and graduate with us most likely, then we're able to actually kind of accelerate that program for you. So as opposed to a traditional 4-year bachelor's degree, then you apply to graduate school, and if you get into graduate school, is that another 3-4 years. What we have here is a PA accelerated 6-year program. So it's a 3-year undergrad, and then you would move into a 3-year graduate program. That's a 6-year 6-year total PA program. The idea is to save you a couple of years. It's a guaranteed interview for the PA program, and I will tell you, the students who are moving through, it's a very strong acceptance rate for our students. I think the most recent example, I think it was 90% acceptance rate for our students, about 10% acceptance rate for external transfers in. So if you're considering PA, absolutely contact one of the admissions advisors, give us a look. The program is great. I think another good example, I think our students are now currently, the PA students are studying in Boston Children's down the street, and that is, basically the strongest children's hospital in the country. So it's really a great spot for them, and the area in general really, again, just to re-echo the point, is an excellent environment for the students. I want to, for the people who joined in a few minutes later, Again, my name is Sam. I work as a admissions advisor with MCPHS. I help students who are high school students moving into the college experience. I actually live on the West Coast, so if you can see over here, it's a little bit bright outside still for me. I know for a lot of people on the East Coast, it's around 7:15 or so. But I help all the students in the Midwest and the West Coast. And again, if you have been admitted into the school and you haven't spoken with your admissions advisor yet, reach out to them. We're super friendly. We're happy to help you and you and your family to get questions answered as you're figuring this stuff out. Let's see. Okay, so someone's asking regarding financial services and so okay. Sometimes when students apply and they fill out the application, they don't provide their social security number. So what happens is it's hard for us to, well, actually we can't connect, the financial aid team can't connect the financial aid results with with our schools, with your actual application. So the most important thing is that you get a hold of us so that we can work with you to receive your social security number. And again, don't email that, don't text that. That's a very sensitive number, of course. Make sure you contact us directly and you reach out to the admissions team and we'll help you out with that. Hello. Hey everybody, let's see. Dental hygiene program wait time. So it's a direct entry program. You can join pretty much right away. So if your goal is to get into dental hygiene and you want to start the program with us, you apply. If you're admitted, then you start right away. There are some programs which are limited in how many students we can take, but this program is one where we absolutely can still help you out. And one of the neat things about the dental hygiene program, if you haven't looked into it yet, is that we have the Forsyth School of Dental Hygiene. It's the longest continuous running dental hygiene program in the country. Their actual facilities are on campus, in the Boston campus, and so it's really awesome. They actually work with the community. And so if you get a chance to stop by campus, definitely tour that area. It's a really, really neat department. But that program is one of our 3-year accelerated degree programs. So similar to the nursing one I talked about, these are 3-year accelerated degrees. And MCPHS in general, for the bachelor's programs, we have 3-year accelerated bachelor's programs as well as the traditional 4-year degrees. So dental hygiene is one of those. And then if your goal is to continue on to dental school, you may actually apply with the dental hygiene pre-dental program, and we will absolutely help you with that. And we've had some really great success stories coming through who are trying to move on to become dentists. Can I change my course before joining and accepting? Or being accepted? So, yes is the answer, potentially. Again, talk to admissions. They're your best resource for this. Sometimes I have students who are admitted into one program, and then after kind of talking with their family, they decide, you know what, actually, maybe I want to do this program instead. So the best thing you can do is reach out to your academic advisor, to your admissions advisor, and just say, hey, I've been thinking about considering this other program. Can I change that? And in many situations, the answer is yes. I should caveat that and say, it does depend on availability. It does depend on grades. So there is some we have to kind of figure that out. But at this point in time, you haven't started yet. There is some flexibility there where, we should be able to change it potentially. But again, just talk with the the admissions advisor. We're here to help you with that and make that work. Let's see. Student faculty ratio 14:1, which is nice. You will have a couple large classes your first year, just to say, everyone's got to do molecular biology, everyone's got to do organic chemistry, but pretty fast it starts to kind of whittle down. That's one of the really neat things about MCPHS is, the faculty, the staff, they know our students. They form relationships. They bond. You guys get to know each other. That can be a really great resource from a professional standpoint for potential opportunities. And so the teachers, I've been in higher ed for many different institutions for quite a while. I really enjoy working with MCPHS because of, well, a variety of reasons, but one of them is definitely the faculty. A lot of them are local from the Longwood area, and they just want to come back and teach. Over 90% have a terminal degree. They've gone as far as they can go, and they just want to come back and give back to the healthcare community. And so these teachers are absolutely a good resource for you. And so, yes, the 14-to-1 student-teacher ratio is excellent, but even in some of the larger classes, your freshman year maybe, you'll feel very comfortable. And that's one of the things I try to tell my students, to get a feel for like the vibe on campus. It's a very comfortable vibe. Everyone there has the same goal. You all want to help people, right? Whether you're a doctor, whether you're a dentist, whether you're a nurse, optometrist, whatever, that's the central plan is I want to give back, I want to help people. And so that kind of like professional-minded, ambitious, supportive vibe is absolutely something very prevalent on campus, and it's neat, and it's really a neat thing to see. You'll get a lot of opportunities as a student on campus, a lot of opportunities, whether you want to get into research, whether you're looking at potential internship opportunities, which, by the way, we guarantee internship for all non-clinical programs. And then, of course, for the clinical rotations, if it's built into your program, we're going to have you in the local area anyways. So lots of great resources for you. But let me see what other questions have been coming through. So I have one student asking about if you took some classes in community college for prerequisites and then try to transfer it in, how would that work? So this is what I'll say. If you've already taken classes at community college, then you absolutely would want to reach out to our transfer admissions team, or you can reach out to one of us and we'll get you the right person. But the transfer admissions team, they work specifically with students who have college credits, over 24 to be precise. So talk with them and they will work with you to figure out what classes would transfer over. If you haven't taken community college classes yet and you're debating it, I would also encourage you to reach out to one of us on the first year admissions team, because there are some programs where the classes are so specific to our program that it may actually not benefit you to do community college classes. So in which case you would want to reach out to us and we'll have that conversation. So just kind of heads up on that. So I see questions about BSMD, BSDO. So we have, so pre-medical health studies. Pre-medical health studies is a bachelor's degree. I will tell you that for those of you who are trying to be a doctor of some sort, you have to do your bachelor's degree first, and then you'll go on to medical school, right? We have a couple pathway programs that are quite popular, actually. So there's a BSMD program as well as a BSDO program. That's allopathic medicine versus osteopathic medicine, for all of you who don't know that. But with the BSMD program, we work at St. George's University, and you would basically apply with us if you're admitted. We're also gonna assist you with the application requirements through them as well. We're actually currently doing that this week. Actually, I was talking with the director who works through the students with the BSMD program, and they're currently doing that right now. Same with the BSDO program. Students would apply with us and then independently also apply with the early acceptance program through the Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine, and then they would notify students if they're admitted usually in the springtime. What's neat about that is you actually get notified if you're admitted into medical school before you even start with us, which is kind of cool. But for real specifics, I think the best thing to do is just contact us directly so we can have a more in-depth conversation, something that's a little more suited than this type of setting, so I can figure out exactly what you're trying to do and match you up with the right program. That all being said, if you're not necessarily looking to the BSMD or BSDO pathway, just consider our pre-medical and health studies bachelor's degree in general. This is an awesome program. We're one of a few schools in the country that actually offer it as an actual bachelor of science degree. A lot of times when you hear pre-med, you're gonna think of they're gonna maybe do a biology degree and you'll be in a department. For us, we're actually gonna have you in the degree itself, and this is designed to prepare you for medical school. We have some really, really solid success stories for our students, and just kind of a neat little thing. A lot of our teachers will teach to the MCAT, so you can do well on that. Let's see. Physical therapy, talk about the PT program. Absolutely. That's a great option as well. So remember, to be a practicing physical therapist, you have to have a doctorate of physical therapy. So this is another one of those programs where you'll stay with us. You would do a 3-year undergrad, guaranteed interview for the grad program, 3-year grad, you're done in 6 years. And again, the reason we can do that is because you'll be taking classes with us at undergrad and grad level. You'll start on the Boston campus, and then when it comes time to the graduate portion of the program, you'll go to the Worcester campus. It's like 45 minutes away or so, and that's where the actual labs are, that the patients will come in, you'll start seeing them. Yes, absolutely. PT is a great program, by the way. If you're thinking about physical therapy, definitely give it a look. You do not need an interview to apply. So, first of all, you don't need an interview. If you want to do it, I have a lot of students who choose to do that. I know that it's a big, from where I'm at in the West Coast, it's kind of a big jump. For you all local, maybe it's not as bad, but I have many students who request to meet with me, do like a